As they say, way in is the hardest part. And that's what we've been doing, just waiting for all of the stars to align for us to get started on some of these big projects we have in store. Finally, that time is here.
Whoa, they look...
Look light?
Yeah.
A little rough. Maybe we'll clean up. That's it. That's all it takes to upgrade to 4 solar panels from 3.
Grab a table.
5 minutes before we can get up.
Oh, really? 3 minutes.
3 minutes. It definitely doesn't hurt for our aluminum supplier to be right next to one of our favorite happy hours. $2 rum punches at Lagoonies. Here, celebrate with bought aluminum.
First step in the next part.
It does feel like a big step, actually, because I've been so out of project mode.
Yeah.
That just going to buy aluminum and screws today, it's like, all right.
Cheers.
Salute.
I want some of this fabric.
It's really cool.
And I would put it on, I don't know, everything.
We've said from the very beginning that the very first step of our big conversion to electric motors is to upgrade the solar on our stern first. Our power is about to get a major upgrade. Kids sailing, always, always, always. Structure's catching up. Is this still summer camp going on? He sounds like a poodle when he's alarmed. Yeah, that's right, because I did summer camp the entire month of July, and this is the last week, right? Jeez, okay. Well, that's a good lead in to me getting off my ass and working on the solar, because time for us to get out of here, but not before we get some new solar panels up on the stern here. If you look up at our current setup, there's really nothing wrong with the way this whole thing is put together. It's aluminum. It tilts front to back, and we have discovered that that is really helpful, not just for bringing in a little extra solar when you need it early or late. I mean, it really does make a difference, and for us it really has mattered because we have so little coming in from these old panels. It also is a nice sunblock in the evening. When we tilt that thing back, it just makes a nice shield from some of the harshest and hottest sun late in the afternoon. There's a lot of philosophies about what a solar arch or frame or whatever needs to be. Stainless is obviously the most popular. It's solid, you know it's not going anywhere, but it's really expensive. I mean, unless you're a fabricator yourself, like, it can get up into the tens of thousands for some of these bigger setups. We already have an advantage because we've got these crazy, beastly davit arms back here. But my point is, we have the structure back here to support more solar than what we have. And it doesn't have to be a lot more because just by virtue of it being newer and newer technology, the solar we're planning to put on is going to triple the output that we're getting right now. So in the interest of cost and simplicity, we're going to stick with the frame we have, which we know is strong, we know is capable of holding one more panel. So instead of 3, we're going to have 4 up here, which means I need to extend out these arms just enough to take that additional width. I've got the metal now. I went and got some of the hardware, attached the extensions, get them ready to go. Now we think we have some light wind coming in the near future. And if I can just get a couple days of light wind, then I'm pretty sure I've got a decent method of getting these panels off and the new panels up and screwed down. But I want to have everything ready before that day. So I've got to get everything measured out exactly right, get these extensions on. I have measurements for the new panels. But that's the plan. So I'm going to monkey around up here on this arch for a little bit and pull some things apart. All right, I'm gonna see what I can figure out. So here's what I'm doing right now. It took me a minute to figure out what kind of bit I had that I could use for this. This is made for wood, but aluminum is very soft and it's been working fine. I've already got these measured out so that there'll be 2 bolts on each one, on each side, on each corner here, and extending out. If I really want to crank the bolt as tight as possible, I mean, you can really start to crush aluminum and it'll start to deform. And so for something like this, I also don't want a 4-inch bolt in order to get this all the way through both of these pieces of extrusion. I prefer to cut an access hole on one side, and then there will be a smaller hole on this side. So the bolt will go all the way through with the washer in place, and we'll really be bolting it to the other side from in here, and then we can crank it, like really crank it down so it doesn't wiggle no matter what you do to it. And it's aluminum, the panels are aluminum, so that they've all got some flex. That's how I'm doing it. So I'm just drilling a bunch of holes right now. And just to kind of illustrate what I was talking about, we got the big hole that'll be on the outside and the small hole that'll be on the inside. And so this whole thing fits up through there. See if I can get them installed without falling in the water. Count so far as one washer lost, and that was the first one. I either got it out of the way or it's floating. There's our first one completed. I mean, it's, yeah, those are 2 5/16 bolts all the way through, and I was able to really crank on those suckers. All right, one down, 3 to go. Whoa! Just kidding. I still don't know if I can do this. I need 2 hands. You have another battery? Hell of a time for a battery to just up and die.
Okay, now have really long arms. Just think, once you do this, then you get to do the other side.
Yeah.
Tarzan it. You did it!
I did it.
You deserve all the beers tonight.
Oh my God. Earned that one. All 4 up, they all look good, they're all straight, they're all super solid. And now we have room for 4 glorious 310 watt panels. We have some pretty exciting business going on today. I got the extensions installed yesterday and woke up this morning to some pretty calm wind. So we're just gonna jump on it. We're gonna go get these panels from Budget. So let's do this. I'm excited. Are you excited? Does the prospect of free solar power, I mean, it's not free, but you know, after it pays for itself, it'll be free, right?
What?
What?
What's it say, Rivers?
It says we will resume regular business hours from 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. p.m. on Monday.
Seriously? Annual stock take.
They didn't say anything yesterday when we were here. This is just our luck.
Like, you can't do that on at a time when you're not open.
Yeah, I can see people in there.
Yeah. Alright, well, it looks like we gotta wait till Monday.
Yeah, well, I hope the wind stays calm. We'll do other things.
Yep. Life on the islands. It's constant. Walk to the store.
You're right, we could go pick up our stuff at West Tech if it's open.
We'll go figure out the next plan.
We didn't get any solar panels, but we still come back with stuff.
Like my fabric.
That's not striped.
Brown?
I mean, beige is kind of a brown, but not like that brown. It'll be
At
nice.
least it's not brown.
It's
It looks like a turd for real though.
From what?
an elephant.
T-Rex.
Yes,
You wanna open it up? Okay, unwrap the turd. What? It's the risk you take buying online.
I see it. It looks nice.
That is very nice. It's white, but I think inside it'll be just cream.
It looks like cream cheese.
These are what we were going for from the SailRite website. I'd say we actually did fairly well. The lightness of it is about the same. The dark isn't as dark. So the fabric's a little bit lighter than we were expecting. I think we can make it work. And it's what we have, so it's what we're gonna make work.
We went ahead, measured a piece with several inches to spare on all sides. The top will be tucked up under the ceiling panels. The bottom, most of it will be down under where the mattress is. Those will be one edge atop the dresser. So for now, we're just burning this to keep it from doing that. But it's such a loose fabric by design. You want it to be as much texture as possible, at least that's our thinking, to try to cover up as much texture behind it. So we're just going to get this edge cleaned up and then get set up to start spraying some adhesive. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Rivers is going to be really excited though.
Yeah.
He's off on a play date and he knows we have the material, but he really, really hates having a fiberglass wall.
You're just gonna take that down?
Well, I'm trying to see how easy it might come down, because that would certainly, the old cloth they put on before this went on, because there's still a chunk of it under there. And it's just this brace right here holding it to the wall. I just don't know how much else is holding it on. The rest of this is going to be easier than this wall, because this is just a flat wall with nothing on it. All the rest of them are.
One at a time.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
This one first.
This is our experimental wall. As much as it pains me to not do more at once, I'm gonna try it and test not just how it looks, but our adhesive that we have. Just can't get everything here that we would possibly like to get. Okay, well, I guess staring at it's not helping it.
I mean, it looks really wobbly in
It's
this.
very wobbly. It's not attached.
Yeah, except that it is attached
Yeah.
somewhere.
We've got this thing loose, but mysteriously it is still attached somewhere down here underneath the dresser somehow. And the only way to even figure out how would require a lot of deconstruction. So just having it loose is helpful, because now we can slide the cloth down behind it, at least.
Get to it.
Start spraying?
Yep. Is there an up or down?
Yeah, that finished,
The part that we
that
did
weird
it?
finished edge that they did, it will be the up. The edge you did should be the down. plenty of extra on both edges, so that's good. I think I'll spray like this amount and like get it in the edge here, and then start working up, and then we'll do that amount and start working up, and then we're just gonna, cool. That's the plan.
Okay, nobody breathe. Needed 2 hands for this, so
Yeah.
you didn't get the full experience. Oh man. But I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, in the camera you can see like all the spots, but I think it'll
Can you?
even out. Or if it doesn't, it just looks like a boat. Come at me, bro, if you don't like it. And if nothing else, it will do for the next 3 years or something, and maybe we'll redo it again at a later date, but not right now, because
This is the not quite finished version, but we have so many other things to do. We're not doing all the parts yet because you like it?
Yes!
It's so much better than sleeping against fiberglass.
Yes, I'm bored, bro. Plus, it doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt. Yeah, your bedroom wall should definitely not hurt. We have trim pieces, obviously, that go around here, but like a lot of them on the boat, I'm going to paint those. And we'll take that one down and paint it too. We have some spray paint we've had forever to paint these trims, so this is a perfect time to do
What are
these.
you going to paint them?
Same color, just cream, but they'll be nice and fresh and we won't look all beat up anymore. Rivers is happy. That's kind of really all that matters. I've hated the idea of him being in here with that fiberglass wall, so we were all eagerly awaiting the cloth to show up. And we're pretty happy. It really wasn't too tough. I think we've got a few ways that we can improve our technique and make it even better. I went through and used some putty on some of the rougher spots where there was like literally ridges, because this is all, obviously, you saw it, unfinished fiberglass. And we just kind of decided we're not trying to trick anybody into thinking there's not fiberglass back there. We just want something that looks nice and covers up the fiberglass and is easy to maintain, and that foam back vinyl was not it. Its only saving grace is that it covers every bit of fiberglass texture underneath it, which is why they use it. But my God, it just disintegrates so bad. And it's just a nightmare down the line for whoever's got to deal with it. So I think some inexpensive cloth that it's a very simple adhesive you use. It's light. I don't see it coming down. I think it's going to work pretty good and look really good and easy to change if anybody wants to, us included. So just got a few more walls to do now. We bought 21 yards. I think we bought 20, but that must have been the end of a roll, so they gave us one more yard. And you know, this basically killed 3 yards of it. It won't take long to go through that. Obviously, in some places we'll be able to use smaller pieces of it, but you know, like in his room here, you know, all of this stuff is pretty bad, and it's all over top of rough fiberglass. It's either that or we paint it, because most of the other options, and we've heard a lot of good suggestions from people in comments, and there's some other things that, you know, have occurred to us as well. I would just categorize a lot of those options as what I call boatyard options when you are not living on the boat, because they're just so material and time intensive and just kind of wreck your life for the span of time it takes to do it, which is a lot of time. Living on the boat, we're looking for easy and inexpensive, and you know, that looks nice, and it looks a whole lot nicer than it did. So alright, well, I think it's time for, I'm not going to say project completion drink, but project stage completion drink. Yeah, that works.